thank you and good evening. It's nice to have you all here with us. And this is our annual concerto aria competition contest winners that are on this tonight's program. Our first soloist on this evening's concert. Oh, there we go. Is Alana Miller. She is a senior performance major. She's going to be heading off to grad school next year, and last year she sang in a quartet with the Philharmonic in our production of Elijah. Did an absolutely stunning job in that. She has sung a slew of roles here at IPFW, and she was also one of the winners last year in the concerto competition. We're thrilled to have her back with us again, and so would you please welcome to the stage our first soloist for this evening, Alana Miller. Well, now we're in for something quite different. It's Sam Thomas is going to be coming out and playing a classic piece that was originally written for cornet by Jean-Baptiste Arbin, and it's a classic in the cornet and the euphonium and the tuba repertoire. And Sam had a rather interesting beginning here at IPFW. I think there was maybe a little mention of it in the program notes, but he came in here playing the trumpet. And over the course of time, decided that with his then teacher, Alan Sievers, that maybe he was better suited for the euphonium. And so he switched, which is not an easy thing to do. He switched from trumpet to the euphonium and just took off. He started playing just so beautifully, and he does a great job. And this will only be the second time in about 17 years that we've had a euphonium player win the competition. And so Sam is my brother in Phi Mu Alpha, and I'm very proud to have him with us here tonight. This summer he's going to be going to Poland to teach music to kids, and when he returns he wants to continue the music ministry he does with the homeless down at the rescue mission. So a great heart, a great player, and I'm proud to say my brother in Phi Mu Alpha. Would you please welcome to the stage our next soloist tonight, Sam Thomas. I think he had more notes to play on that song than I did in my entire senior recital in college. It's remarkable. My new baton. Anyways, so a lot of variety on the show tonight. Not a particularly long concert. We only have 4 rehearsals to put this together. The orchestra does a magnificent job, works very hard, and we have to gauge how much time we have and how much music and rehearsal and all that. So we are going to do another concert this spring. It will happen in late April, 24th? 24th, does that sound right? Anyway, late April, and we're going to be playing one of the great masterpieces in all of classical music. That's Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition. It's a magnificent piece of music, and we hope that you'll be able to join us for that. It will also, that concert will also feature another winner from the concerto competition. We didn't have enough room, enough time to rehearse his piece for this concert, so we'll do it on the spring concert. His name's Josh Hettinger. He's a trombone student here at IPFW, and he'll be doing a wonderful concerto by a Danish composer named Launi Grøndahl. And it's just a beautiful piece, and I'm sure you're going to love that as well as Pictures at an Exhibition. But first things first, this evening, our next soloist is going to sing one of the most beautiful arias to come out of opera. And Puccini was no stranger to writing beautiful arias. But this one is particularly nice. It comes, like I said, from La Boheme. And if you all have seen the stage play or the movie Rent, it's based on La Boheme. Sorry about that, Tom. But I hate to sound morbid, but the problem is Mimi's supposed to die at the end. I hate to break the news to you. Mimi dies. And in Rent, she doesn't. She's sick for half the show, and then all of a sudden, whoo, breath of fresh air, she's fine again. It was kind of wasn't my favorite ending. However, I digress. Sonia Salas sang with us last year. She sang Batti, Batti, o bel Massetto from Mozart's Don Giovanni, and did just an absolutely spectacular job. She is a junior performance and music ed double major, and she hopes one day she wants to become a professional opera singer and to teach opera as well. And from what I can tell, she's well on her way. She has a beautiful voice, and she's going to sing Quando me vo, which is better known as Musetta's Waltz from La Boheme. Would you please welcome to the stage our next soloist for this evening's concert, Sonia Salas. Well, the final piece on our program this evening is arguably the best-known piano concerto. Certainly one of a rarefied few that most everybody has heard. I think the Grieg Piano Concerto is one, Rachmaninoff's Second Piano Concerto is another one, and the Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto is one. We're going to play the first movement for you tonight. It's a spectacular showcase for the piano, and it's also for the orchestra. And it's from the opening chords or notes in the horns, you get this feeling that there's something really, really special coming up. The pianist that was that it was written for hated it, absolutely hated the piece, and said that he suggested a whole ton of revisions to Tchaikovsky, and Tchaikovsky basically told him to go take a hike, and he wasn't changing a note. And so eventually he came around, and he loved the concerto and played it many, many times. And it has just stayed as one of the great concertos in all of the repertoire. And so we are very, very happy to have with us tonight an extremely talented pianist, and Andrew Nessler. He is a student of Dr. Hamilton Tescarolo, and another one in a long line of fantastic pianists coming from his studio. And I think it's time to get on with the music. So thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Please come to the April concert. Check the spring menu of events. Wind Ensemble concert coming up. We have Brass Day coming up on Thursday, March 2nd. I'll put in a plug for this. If you know any brass players who are in high school, ship them on over here on March 2nd. We're going to have a very special guest named Gail Williams. For many years, she was one of the hornists for the Chicago Symphony. And I had the opportunity to see her and the Chicago Symphony play Gustav Mahler's Second Symphony, which, if you know this piece, it's a monster in the repertoire. It's about an hour and 25 minutes long, and extremely difficult, especially the horn parts are just tremendously difficult. And that day, the day of the concert, the principal hornist in Chicago, Dale Clevenger, got called, and his daughter had taken very ill and was rushed to the hospital. And so he left Columbus and went back to Chicago right away. And this was about 4 hours before the concert. And Gail got the call that, we need you to play principal on Mahler's Second tonight. She didn't miss a note. It was the most spectacular feat of orchestral brilliance maybe I've ever seen. And this piece is a tremendous piece, and the Philharmonic is going to be playing it soon. We're very happy about that. And it's fantastic. She's a marvelous, marvelous horn player and a wonderful lady. And so I hope you all will encourage any brass players you know, any band directors that you know. Poke them and tell them they need to get their brass students out here. It starts in the afternoon, goes to the evening, we feed them, and the whole thing is free. So encourage them to come out. Please come back. We have a lot of events going on this spring, so come back and check them out. But before you do that, I'd like to introduce our final soloist. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let him do that because Dr. Tescarolo's out there, and he might hit me if I do something wrong. But please welcome to the stage our final soloist on this evening's concert, here to play the first movement of Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto No. 1, Andrew Nessler.